Hi everyone, tonight I'm going to cook a Waitrose recipe. Waitrose do a free paper thing you can pick up once a week, and I saw this recipe in it. I'm going to adapt it to cook in the Ninja. So I thought, and also it's a vegetarian recipe because I've had quite a few people ask me to do more vegetarian. We are meat eaters, but we quite like vegetarian meals as well. So this should be interesting. So we're cooking, it's creamy baked pen with aubergine, spinach and tomato, except I've got no pen. So I've adapted, I'm using a nice big chunky pasta, which I'll show you shortly. Okay, so this might be interesting. Right, let's get started. Ingredients I'm using tonight: red onion, spinach, mozzarella shredded, chili flakes, oregano, chopped and sliced garlic, chopped tomatoes, parmesan, panko breadcrumbs, double cream and aubergine. Aubergine is our meat substitute. That's our main ingredient. Okay guys, we're going to swing over to the hob because I'm putting it together, cooking off the onion and the aubergine so far along on the hob. And then I'm going to mix it all and put it in our glass dishes, and we go on to bake on the Ninja. Okay, let's get started. So our first job is we're going to be putting the chopped aubergine, eggplant, into the olive oil I've got in here. We fry these off for 5 minutes. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay guys, this has been cooking. These little bits have been in the frying pan getting tossed and turned, and the aubergine's just nicely browning off all over. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's what I'm looking for. So I'm not leaving it to go any further because it could, if you leave it go too far, it'll just go too mushy. So, and that's not what we want. So let's just get all this out of the pan. And our next job is going to be the onions, garlic, and generally the rest of the ingredients. And then we'll bring it all together and put it in the glass dishes. A little bit more olive oil before I put just a tablespoon. I'm going to put my red onions into there. And just let them saute for about 2 minutes or less. They're very finely chopped. Add in the garlic right now. One clove. And the dried oregano. Half a teaspoon. Chili flakes. Half a teaspoon. And just cook those onions before we add the tomatoes. It smells lovely. Tomatoes now go in. They're all cooked lovely and soft, so it's now time to add the tomatoes. Bring that all together. Yeah, now it's time for our seasoning. Probably about 3 good twists of sea salt in there. And same for pepper. Next step, it says we return the aubergine to the pan and simmer for a couple of minutes. So I have got the gas turned quite low. So we're just kind of bringing the flavours together now, letting the aubergine take on the flavours of the tomato and the onion. That looks very nice. So double cream, and that is 125 mils of double cream. Stir that in. It's a gentle heat again, let it come back to heat. Okay, This is the pasta I'm using instead of pen. I didn't have any pen in. So it's a nice, thick, solid pasta, which is basically like pen. That's why I thought it would do the job quite well. So we're going to add the pasta straight into the sauce like that. Mozzarella is just shredded from a ball of mozzarella you pick up at the supermarket. That's that. And now the spinach. That looks a lot. It wilts to next to nothing. It's half a bag of baby spinach. That'll very quickly wilt down. Turn that off now, don't want it too hot. That's as far as I'm going to take that. The rest needs to be cooked down in the dishes. Right, okay. Right, next job is panko breadcrumbs. This is to give it some crunch. Now I'm very aware that in the Ninja these blow around all over, so I'm hoping they stick down. I think they will to the sauce. And then last but not least is our Parmesan, which again will float about if I don't actually pack it in to the, try and get everything to blend. See a side view of what we've got there, and that looks very nice. We've got a big wedge of mozzarella cheese there that's still going to go down. So I would imagine this is going to be really tasty. Let's hope so. Right, this is going to make you all have a little giggle. How long have I been using this Ninja? And only recently did I discover that I actually do have a bake button on it. For some unknown reason, I've totally ignored the end of the buttons and never seen bake. And it was one of my lovely subscribers said, why are you not using the bake button? Yeah, that was a good question. Simply because I just pretended it wasn't there. So since then I've been using it and it's brilliant. The fans are a lot low, so I'm hoping that will stop some of this blowing around I get. One ready. I turn them inside out when they're in the when they come out the dishwasher. That's how we wash them. Okay, into there. I'm going to do it at 180 for 12 minutes. Minutes and match. We're off. 12 minutes will just give me time to clean up the kitchen, and we're going to have this with a nice crispy green salad as they suggest, and fingers crossed we actually have something delicious to eat. See you in 12 minutes. Okay, the 12 minutes is up. I'd just like for you to see the difference between the temperatures in your drawers. People have commented before that there is a difference one between the other, and I want this is a prime example. There is a difference, so always make sure you allow for that. So the right hand drawer is hotter. The left one is definitely colder. So I'm going to, and this is 12 minutes, and I do feel that both drawers, I think the right hand drawer needs 2 minutes, and I think the left hand drawer needs probably 3 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them on for 2 minutes, then I'll just set one on for another 1 minute, and then we should have a very even finish. Okay, so put that back on. Okay guys, the dishes are out. I'm very happy with it. They feel nice and crunchy. They look good. I'm about to serve them. Just an interesting thing, I told you about the temperature differences, but I've also found that the fan on the hotter side must be working slower than the fan on the cool side, which is the left side, because this is the left side basket, lots of blow about there, and this is the right side, virtually nothing. So it's just things to be aware of, that they don't exactly work exactly the same temperature or the same level of fan. I just thought that was worth knowing. Okay, I'm about to serve these. See you in a second. Hi guys, as you can see, I've got it all served. We're only going to do the one between the two of us because there was quite a lot of, those dishes are small but they're very deceiving. There's quite a lot of food there. So this will do us for supper tonight. So I'm just going to actually try this and see what it tastes like. The dish is very nice. I do think I underdid the seasoning, so I'm going to say I'll adjust the recipe to put up more seasoning. And I also think I will do this again because it's a good way to use aubergine. It's a good way to have a vegetarian meal. But I think I will actually supplement some vegetable stock in there because I just feel the flavours aren't pulling together quite as much as I imagined they would. So I will do an updated version with my vegetable stock in and do a taste test again. It is delicious, but just not as much. I'm very much a full flavoured person. And this is very gentle and very mild, so I want a bit more, so I'll try it again. But otherwise it worked. One thing I will say, a gentleman asked me today how I clean the underneath the fans and the elements. What I will be doing is, because it did spatter a little bit of panko breadcrumbs around, so when it's all cool I will just lay it on its back and I get a pastry brush and brush off anything loose I can see. Then I just get a hot soapy cloth, wash around the parts I can see. With this model you can't get at the fans. People talk about cleaning their fans and things. The fans are sealed in there and there's no way that I can see you can get to or would want to get to. So I'm not too worried about that. But any food stuck on the elements I will be taking off, and which is what I recommend you do really. Most times you use your Ninja. Just keep them clean, they'll look after themselves. Okay, see you later. Thanks for watching.